Farley, and I'm the author of middle grade and young adult books. And today I'm going to talk to you about constructing your query letter. There are 3 elements to a query letter. The first paragraph is the paragraph that you have to get the attention of an agent. This is going to be your 1-sentence pitch. It will also be the opportunity for you to tell the agent why you're querying that agent. Here's the pitch that I use for my upcoming novel, The Princess and the Pig. What begins as a holiday in a French castle for 12-year-old Kara turns lethal when her fairy tale comes to life in the form of a haunting ghost. You can also compare your novel to other books or to other movies. The example that I used was Princess and the Page is a middle grade contemporary fantasy written in the flair of never-ending story meets Enchanted. So right away, the agent has a feel, in my case, the editor has a feel of what the story is about and what kind of feeling the story will evoke. Your second paragraph is going to be where you're going to sell the story. This is going to be your quick pitch, about 150 words, no more, and you're going to be as succinct as possible. Anytime you have words that are unnecessary, you need to delete them. You're not going to talk about the subplot. You're going to only talk about the main characters of the story. The least number of characters, the better, because it really helps the reader get a good feel of the story. The best way to get a feel of other books and their middle paragraphs would be to go to the book, and if it's a hardcover, look at the inside flap, or if it's a paperback, look on the back of the book. And those are examples of really great queries in a sense, because the inside flap is basically the query of a book. So an example of my query for Gilded can be found on the inside flap of the book. 16-year-old Jaewa Lee is a Korean-American girl with a black belt, a deadly proclivity with steel-tipped arrows, and a chip on her shoulder the size of Korea itself. And then I go on about the story, about her grandfather, and then suddenly there's this demigod, and how that all comes together in the story. So that is going to be your second and third paragraph. The last paragraph for your query letter will be your bio. It's selling yourself and telling the agent why you are the perfect fit for this book. So an example of this is actually in the back part of the book is the bio of the author. There's some good examples. You may have won some contest or perhaps have some articles published in magazines. Those would be good examples to put into the bio section of your query. For my bio, I did mention that I lived in Korea for 8 years, 10 of which in Asia, and I had taught at the school that the book is set at. It really gives some credibility to the story. So if it really relates to the story, put it in there. Otherwise, keep it as simple as possible. Don't forget in the very end of your query letter to thank the agent, because if they read that far, that's pretty good. You have to realize that agents read hundreds, sometimes even thousands of queries a week. So make sure you give them a thanks at the end. And then put your name. Make sure that you always follow the guidelines that the agents provide. Many agents have a page on their website that lists what they like. It could be the first 500 words. It could be the first 5 pages. You don't know. You have to go to the agent's website to find out what they're expecting. So as you start querying, don't forget these little tips, and best of luck in your manuscript. Thanks, guys.